Good afternoon. Welcome to another sunshiny summer day in southern Idaho. Still working on Jeeps today. I'm going to be working on the Scrambler a little bit. So a while ago I went to Colorado and took the Scrambler and had some issues with the carburetor. It's currently running a Weber 3236 on it. It just seems to be really doggy. So what I've done, or what I've decided to do, is install a 2150 on here. I have this 2150 kit. I got a couple of different spacers so it would go on to the intake manifold, and so I'm going to try and get that installed, and hopefully that will solve some of the issues. I halfway think that there's a problem with plugs are being fouled. Yeah, there's a few things to do on it. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Pulling this apart. I'm gonna take the 3236 off and get ready to put the 2150 Motorcraft on there, and I'll show you how we're doing that as we go along. So let me get the camera set up in the stand and then we'll get started. All right, so I got all of the bolts undone, or all the nuts off of it. I'm gonna carefully take this off and pour those last two out. This is still gonna have gas in it, so I'm gonna set it down right there, pull these off. So, doesn't look like it's been sucking any air, but let's pull this gasket off. It looks pretty good. May have been losing a little vacuum. It's kind of hard to tell. That way, it just seems to be getting way too much fuel. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna grab an Allen wrench and we'll take those loose. Okay, I don't think this is quite the same on the other plate, so I'm going to get it down to where install the new adapter for the 2150. It takes a little bit different plate than this one for the 3236. Make sure we have the right gaskets. I've had pretty good luck with the 3236. The biggest problem it has is the fuel pressure. I found that running a pressure regulator, just even a cheap one, is the only way to get it to really perform decent. On my sister's CJ7, she's an 85 with the 258. It is just super dialed in, and it runs super good. And it's just running the simple 3236 in it, which has kind of surprised me. It hasn't had more problems. I think it runs about 2.5 on the fuel pressure. I know the mechanical pumps do almost 11, some of them, and that's too much for the Weber. Okay, about got this off now, and then I'll grab that other plate and kind of show you how that goes. last thing I want to do is drop a bolt down in there. Not be able to get it out. Okay. So there's that. All right, so now we're to this point, to the intake manifold, and this is just the stock intake manifold. So let me grab the adapter plate. Two different adapter plates to try to see which one would be best. This one's a lot sturdier, looks to me to be. It's pretty flush. It's a Chinese one. Anyway, it comes with all the hardware. So I think we're gonna give this one a try. The other one is from Mr. Gasket. It has a large oval on it. I think we should be able to go with this one, even with the 2-barrel. I don't know, we'll have to see if it hits. It should fit down in there okay. Let's try these before I put them in. All right, they're threaded correctly. All right, so I'm gonna use the gasket that they sent. Put this on there, get these lined up, and get this tightened down. Okay, so I got it put on there. I got it snug down. You can reach them all pretty good with the socket, but this one's a little tricky. Look down in there, make sure my butterflies will open all the way. That looks pretty good. Put this wire back on. This is the electric choke, and this one has electric choke, and it does work as far as I could tell. So there's that. One of the big problems I've had with this is this breather vent. It has been a real pain. Let's see, where's the vent hose for the distributor? Yeah, this breather has been, this valve cover breather has been a real pain. Makes a stinking mess everywhere it goes. And I think it's, you can see it's got oil all over it. I think I'm gonna switch this and run this with a little bit longer hose into the bottom. I'll cap this one. Got a cap on this one. It should be it. Now the only problem with this is, so in order to work the throttle, it pulls back and this pushes down. So I'm gonna have to reconfigure how it is that this pulls. So I need to I'm gonna have to fabricate a bracket and change that a little bit so that it can pull the other direction. I guess I could probably, maybe I'll see if I can, no, that pulls wrong too. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fabricate something here for that. So there's a few vacuum hoses I need to get before I can make this go. All right, let's see here. So here we have, where the fuel goes in. I think I'm gonna need an elbow to go in here and up to the fuel line, which would be the most ideal. But it fits, just needs a little more modification to get on there. And I've heard of guys using this, so I'm gonna gather up a few more parts. I'm gonna run in the shop and get an elbow, see if we can't get this fuel line hooked up. Okay, so I had a barbed fitting in my box of fuel fittings, and I got the fuel line on. Would have been nice to have an elbowed one, but it still fits pretty good. All right, this vent hose, like another piece of vent hose here. Run that over to here. Maybe that'll help with some of the leakage. Try to save this clamp. I don't like these kind of clamps, but I use, oh, ping, there it goes. I guess there's a tool for this, but I don't have one. Okay. Well, without hooking up the throttle pedal or anything like that, it should be good to try. All right, let's give her a try. All right, I think this one takes 5 on its fuel pressure. So let's turn this up to 5. All right, I'm gonna pour a little bit of fuel down the carb, try to fill the bowls, and then we'll give it a try again. I don't think doesn't have any fuel in it that I can think of. Okay, so let's give it a try. Oh, dang, look at that. All right, well, it fired up. Might need a little adjustment to the throttle, but that's not too bad. I need to get a spring. Let's replace this vacuum hose here with a better one. I may have this one that needs plugged. Wow, to start with, that's pretty good. All right, so I got a pretty good distance on this today. I need to build a bracket so I can hook up the throttle pedal. I've got to be able to hook it to this little arm right here and pull back. And I got to get a bolt to go in here. I'll have to make a run to town, and I'm going to check the spark plugs and see if I have any fouled ones. It seems to run pretty good, but we'll check out the plugs, and I'm gonna get something to make a spring or spring this back a little bit more, and yeah, I will get those things done and be right back. Hey, good morning. Today we are gonna finish up working on the Scrambler. If you remember, I started the other day working on the carburetor, changing it from the Weber 3236 to the Motorcraft 2150. I was able to get a few things done. Let me show you what I've got figured out here so far. So I built this bracket here so that when you depress the throttle pedal, it pulls back. But this little bracket here with the spring on it to give it a little spring. It seems to have a little bit of a spot right there where it hits something. Anyway, so we're gonna look at a little bit of this. Also, I looked up a few things on it. 4.5 to 7 is the normal range for the fuel pressure. So I've got this set at, well, I had it at 5. I'm gonna set it at 5.5, which is about maximum for this. So if that doesn't work, I'll have to change it to something else. We'll see if that 5.5 provides enough. And then I'm going to take a look at the spark plugs on here, and I've been thinking about going with an HEI distributor. It would be pretty easy to put on here, but also I need to fix a couple of the vacuum lines, sorry. So I believe this one actually needs to be open and go to the charcoal canister. So this rig, charcoal canister is supposed to be down there. This one didn't have one in it. I don't know if somebody removed it. Anyway, so I've got to figure out something to do for a charcoal canister. I mean, I've got plenty of those parts from different rigs I've pulled apart, but I need to open this and vent this one. My carb's not getting quite enough oxygen. So yeah, I'm going to grab a few tools, get the camera set up in the tripod, and we'll check a few things out. A few things more on this and see if we can't get it to run just a little bit better. Okay, first off, let's remove the air filter here, see what's going on, and then bend this little bottom throttle bracket over just a little bit because it's hitting. Hopefully not break something. So there's that. I took that cap off of the carburetor, so I'm going to start it again and see how it sounds. Don't know if you've noticed, but I got some of the issues with the microphone figured out. It seems to be a lot more clear and louder on the video. Thanks to my editor and son Kyle for figuring that out. Okay, let's start it. So what I've done is I pulled this vacuum, the cap off of here, because this is supposed to go to the charcoal canister. I zip tied a couple of them on so they're a little tighter. I increased the fuel pressure to like 5.5. Yeah, I think that's all I've done so far. So let's see how it runs here with this. I'm going to turn the idle up just a hair. These are pretty particular about being in the right time. So I'm gonna go grab that real quick. Okay, so I got the timing light. I got it hooked up. So those of you that have AMC 258 inline 6 or really any AMC motors, a timing light is a mandatory tool. And if you've never used one, it's pretty simple. You got one clip that just kind of goes around number 1 spark plug wire, and then you hook it up to power off your battery, and then that will turn the light on. As soon as you start the motor, there's a timing mark down on the cam or on the crankshaft pulley, the harmonic balancer, and then there's some marks down next to the engine block, and those marks are where you tell what your timing is. I think this runs at about 6 degrees. Anybody who knows better than I do off the top of your head, I can't remember. I haven't written down. I'm gonna see where we're at, so I'm gonna start it, and at an idle is where you tell or you test the timing. All right, if I shine the light down there, it looks like the timing's pretty well on. Oh, one thing you gotta remember about checking the timing is you really need to pull the line from the distributor, the vacuum line from the distributor, and plug it off so that it won't try in advance. I'm gonna go get a plug for that real quick. I forgot all about that. So let me shut this off and I'll be right back. Okay, so I can't seem to find a plug to go on that. I'm going to put a clamp on it or clip it off with a vice grip. That way, that's just the way it's supposed to be. That's how you're supposed to time it. That way the distributor's not trying to advance or retard the timing. I'm not quite ready to do the HEI conversion. I just realized I don't have the right spark plug wires for that. Got the distributor, just not the spark plug wires. So, all right, there's that. So let's start it again, check it one more time. All right. All right, yeah, that didn't change much. Still seems to be running about, I want to say 2 or 3 from top dead center. Seems to have fairly good response. Yeah, this, I think this will work out much better in the long run. Give it a try with a little bit of time. I'll drive it around a little bit, see how it responds. But yeah, I think that'll be it for the carburetor change. So appreciate you tuning in and watching. Hope this helped. If you were thinking about doing this, we'll see how this performs over a little bit of time, and I'll keep you informed. When we go to put the HEI in there, we'll get some footage of that. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and tell your friends about us. We're just getting started, so keep those CJs rolling.